years ago. They were swollen shut for 3 days.
On your eyelids?
On my eyelids.
What kind of spider was that?
I don't know. We were living in cabins in the woods.
It's camp. You want to start it up?
Exactly.
Oh, we're live.
A what?
We are
Are you already live?
What the f-
You did it again.
We're talking spider bites.
Hello,
That was
everybody. It is Tuesday, and we're fucking here, and that's what I like. Take a second to share it out, get everybody in here, because I have something good to talk about.
Always something good to talk about.
No, but really, I just want to say, anybody who's ever come inside my home or in my life, I'm a very clean person. I like our house clean.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
It's a little bit of an OC thing, anxiety. I clean the doorknobs. Like, I just get a little bit sometimes crazy.
She sure knows how to polish a knob. I can
Shut the
attest to
fuck
that.
up. Yeah, have you seen my ring? I know. So recent today, okay, I was taking a shower, and afterwards I wanted to put Valentine in the bath. So I'm like, let me just, before I get out, I scrub the walls, I spray it down, I'm cleaning it all up, and now I'm clean, wet, my towel's not on, but I go to bend down to flush the water, and I'm talking about from my neck all the way to my leg, gets stuck to the shower curtain. A wet, sopping shower curtain. Now, I don't know anybody else, but I spray my shower curtain with, whatever, Lysol after my showers and stuff so that it doesn't cake on. I have a big problem with dirty bathrooms. And so as it touched me, all I remember doing is, like as if I just got attacked by like a raptor or something. I'm screeching because this wet fucking shower.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know why I was so upset about it.
I don't know
reminds me of
either.
the,
At least it was fucking clean.
Do you ever watch the Kevin James stand-up, any of you?
What?
His
No,
old stand-up
no.
special, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Remember when he's like,
I was
you've been in
just
the
so fucking
water,
left out.
and you're just waiting, and then something touches your feet, and you're like, what is it? Seaweed. Sticky toes. He's like, it doesn't matter what it is. You always just think it's a shark, but it's just seaweed. You kind of remember that.
It kind of freaked me out a little bit. I felt really uncomfortable, and I'm like touching my back, and like I re-rinse my back off. I'm like, do I need to shower again?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Does anybody else feel like
Well, I
weird?
feel like the shower curtain's dirty because a lot of that, when you're rinsing, it's propelling off on there, right? So you got to think some of that scuzz is just lingering on there.
Some type of soap.
That's how I felt
take
when I had
another
that
shower.
incident with the wolf spider.
Well, how often do you change your shower curtain then?
Well, every two food shopping, so every 3 months I put a new liner on.
Yeah, and you guys?
Oh, not that often. Maybe
Yeah.
I should though.
Well, is it just you though?
It's just me though.
Yeah,
Let's
so-
throw it out there. It's
There's
just me
5
and
of
the
us
2 cats.
here. There's
Yeah.
5.
Probably
we
like
have-
every
You know?
6 months I would change it, but
6 months.
So when was the
that
last time you
seems-
changed yours?
probably about like 4 months ago.
Every 2 months that I food shop, it's on the list. Shower liner.
I guess I should change
I
it
just-
more often now.
yeah.
Now I feel, I don't know.
I'm sorry, and also too,
Thanks
like
for making me feel dirty.
Well, you
I'm
got 2
sorry.
big boys in your house too.
Actually, no. I only
Oh
have
well,
one.
you still have a very big boy.
But
in
he's
your
got
house.
his own shower. I
Yeah,
have
they
my
have their
own.
own showers.
So
and
then,
such.
no, I think she's all right with where she's at with then.
Again, it's more or less. I'm just thinking of like the uses and how many people are in there, and then it just touched
I'll
me,
go in
and I was
there.
like, "Wah!"
Like, I'll go in the
like,
bathroom.
oh my god!
After
Yes.
Lewis is done, and
Yes.
for some reason, Lewis makes everything sudsy.
Oh.
The soap bottles sudsy. The fucking everything's sudsy everywhere.
I caught him one time because he sometimes like leaves the bathroom, and I hear and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing in there? So I open the door. He didn't even shut the shower curtain. So like the shower curtain's open, he's naked, and he had the body wash, and he's going on the wall, and he's shaking. I'm going, what the? Do you know how much soap is,
Yeah.
motherfucker?
At least
If I
that's
was a
all he was
bottle.
doing when you walked in.
fuck are
At
you-
least that's all he was doing when you walked in.
Yeah, I mean that's he's only 10, but I
Well,
mean,
You're not that age, man.
Either way, okay. So I freaked out about it, and then of course now that I touched the shower curtain, do you know what else I had to do to
no.
shut it off? I cleaned my whole bathroom,
Of course.
washed my carpets,
Logical.
bathroom carpets in the wash, put everything back, and now I'm going sheets. I need to do sheets. So I wash my hands. I change all Val's sheets. I change all my sheets. And here's my next thing. How often do people go, I need to change my sheets? Because I every 3 days do mine and Rocky's sheets, and every other day I do Valentina's. Bitch doesn't do anything in her bed. And Anna, I'm like, you bring up your sheets for me? Lewis, bring me your pillowcase and sheets. Pillowcases I will change almost every day. Because you sleep on it, you're drooling on it, you're sweating on it. And I found that Valentina, she sweats a lot when she sleeps like Rocky. I get in my bed and I just take the sheets off. I fucking shake off the bed thing. I spray a little Lysol in the air. I put new sheets on and I'm like, what can I do now? Now I'm going to fucking vacuum. So I went on a rampage of cleaning just
I feel
because.
like that's you
of the shower
even
curtain.
without that,
It
though.
is.
When do you guys change your sheets?
I do it like once a week, but to be fair, I don't have all the activity in my bed that
and
you
you
guys
messed up.
I know I did, all right? I
So-
know I did, all right?
I probably change it more,
Let's
but
be honest.
I change my sheets once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week.
Look me in the eye. Once a week?
Once a week.
Well, you don't want to sleep with cat hair, do you?
I'm a
real.
dirty girl.
You know, I find it to be a vicious cycle that I go through when it comes to cleaning, but that fucking shower curtain sent me on a spiral beyond spirals.
It sure did. It sure did. Crazy stuff.
Oh my fucking God. So, we want to get into the one thing you had on your show. I'm going to give you a few minutes to bring out that video.
Oh, I don't know how to do that stuff, so
What do you mean? The video you had of the woman?
yeah, I don't know how to bring it up and
Bitch.
Oh,
does.
man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he can't bring up the video
Well,
here.
You know what? Let me see. Let me see if I can figure it out.
I'll tell you a little bit of briefment on it.
Give you a little briefing.
A little briefment on it.
Briefment.
So a man was bird watching and riding a bicycle through Central Park, and a female walking a dog without a leash. He must have said to her, "Hey, can you put your dog on a leash?" And instead of her saying, "Yeah, no problem," she yoked up her dog by the throat and tells him, "I'm going to call the police and tell the police that an African-American man is threatening me and my dog." And he was like, "I don't care what you do. Please do call the police. Like, you need to put the dog on the leash." Well, I don't understand why that is even an issue. She's holding the leash in one hand, the dog by the throat in the other hand. She gets her cell phone out. She starts calling the police and screaming, "An African-American man with a helmet. Yeah, he's on a bike, you fucking retard." And sorry, that's a bad word. You ding. I don't like saying that.
I know.
And
Especially after watching the Peanut Butter Falcon.
that was such a good
He's
fucking
such a
movie.
sweet boy.
Did you see the Peanut Butter Falcon?
I never
Did
even
you see
heard
the
of
Peanut
that.
Butter Falcon?
I don't even know what these words are that you're
I
saying.
don't, yeah.
It's a movie.
It's a Shia LaBeouf.
It's a
film.
movie. It was so great. We watched it last night. We
So
got.
worth watching.
I was really worth watching. I
Okay.
mean, I made him rewind even sometimes. I'm like, "Did you hear that?" And he's like, "No, let's rewind it because you want to hear what's going on." It's a really great movie. It's
Okay.
a real great movie. You made me leave my subject. The
No,
woman.
you left your
the dog.
subject.
Well, he brought up the movie.
To be fair, the shower curtain started all of this.
Shit, fucking shower curtain
and ruined
started
everything.
Yeah, I could bring up the audio. That's about it.
All right. Well, this woman is pretty much
Sir, I'm
lying.
asking you
Here's
to
the
stop.
audio. Why don't you
Please
do
don't
the
come close to me.
headphones
I don't want. I can hear.
I'm tired of hearing
Sir,
that.
I'm asking you to stop recording me. Please don't come close to me. Please take your phone off. Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking pictures going to
Now,
work.
for
Please
people who
call
haven't
cops.
seen this man is being
Please
the
call
most
cops.
least threatening person
gonna
you could
tell
possibly
you,
be.
African-American
She's
man
now got her
threatened
dog
my
in a
Please tell
chokehold
them whatever
right
you
now.
like.
As the dog's sitting there like, please put me down. And she has a leash in her hand, no less.
Excuse me?
Like, she very easily could have been like, oh, problem solved, no problem, sorry. Yeah, didn't realize anyone else was here. I was just trying to have a little fun with my dog. And that's a simple fix. But she's a crusader who thinks, she's going to change the world because a black man on a bike is now asking her to kindly put the leash on. This is where it gets good.
There is an African American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my
Poor dog.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm
for
being
no
threatened by a
reason.
man
And she
in
has
the ramble.
leash the whole
Please
time.
send the cops immediately.
The frantic pace that she gets into is just amazing. Like, how she could just turn that on.
Thank you.
How she can just turn that on is disgusting.
I'm being threatening. He just said, "Don't come any closer to me.
Yeah.
Put your dog on the leash," and that's what you do. But that's a lot. What's wrong with people? They find anything. Thank God he was recording that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
if he wasn't, they would have just immediately went on her energy.
Well, we could read about him being dead, or they're
Yep.
Central Park 5.
Right.
You know, those kids got railroaded for how many fucking years off of nothing.
Right.
And Central Park, black guy, white woman, that guy could easily have just been killed because, as we saw today in Minneapolis, apparently it's okay to keep a knee in the back of a guy's neck for minutes on end while he's handcuffed.
Yeah, and wasn't that over fucking forgery?
I don't know exactly what the details are.
How dare they?
Honestly, like it
And
doesn't
now he's
matter.
dead.
Like that video,
And he's dead.
it doesn't matter what the situation was, whether he was resisting or not. You had him in cuffs as a police officer. You now have him in restraints. He can't resist anymore. Get him up and get him in a car. Why is your knee still?
Four
in his
fucking
neck?
cops. Four cops.
Yeah, and they all got fired. Well. You know,
No, I
thank
know.
God. And I
Thank
said on my
God.
show earlier, no, fuck, thank God. There should have been 4 arrests made.
Yes.
Well,
There should have
the
been
thank
4
God was
arrests made.
sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, but for sure. I mean, obviously, it's fucking disgusting behavior out there. There's a lot of people who are way too aggressive. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. And if you do have him apprehended like that, we saw that in Orange is the New Black. That girl,
Yeah, that's
security
the same
guard.
shenero.
Security guard
Remember,
put
did
his
you watch
fucking
that?
knee on this
I did.
woman.
You did. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Crushed her lungs because he had her down. She's like, I can't breathe, and he kept pushing.
Yeah.
Crushed her lungs. You know,
It's basically the same exact scenario here.
the aggression is just what fucking kills me.
But here's
you
the
know?
problem, though, and this is what's going to happen now, though. And like I said earlier, this is 1% of the cops that are like this. There's
Right.
99% of the cops out there trying to do good, trying to be righteous, trying to be just,
Righteous.
yeah, but you get what I'm saying? They're trying to do the right thing.
Right.
And we only see this bad part of the police. We only get this part because this is the only part that's newsworthy according to the media. So, you know, it's this now image that all police get. And that's where I'm like, that's not fair to do. Like, just like, you know, the inner city communities don't want a couple bad eggs to be the whole projection of their thing.
Right.
Like it that works both ways. And yeah, there's a lot of situations, but again, on the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of situations.
Right, but if you were black,
Oh,
would
I'd be
you want to
terrified.
would you
Nope.
want to
I'd
take
be
that chance
terrified.
of is
No.
this a good cop or
No,
is this a bad
I
cop?
know.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. I absolutely agree there. And if I'm a black person at this point, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do because I don't know if I'm going to get shot. I don't know if I'm going to get choked. And this guy was pretty peaceful from what I read. And I mean, maybe he was resisting, but even if he was, like I
That's
said,
It
aggressive.
doesn't matter.
no.
He wasn't armed.
hold on. Even if he was resisting, once you got him down and handcuffed, the situation is controlled.
What else can he do at that point?
Exactly.
Nothing. Flail on the
Get
ground.
him up
Right.
and
That's
put
it.
him in
Right.
the car. Why are you listening to this man scream for minutes on end? I can't breathe. I can't breathe until he passes out.
Right.
And they said, well, we were waiting for an ambulance. Well, he didn't need one until you got there.
Right.
He was fine until, you know, you fucking jammed your knee in his fucking neck.
Right.
And killed him. Up until that point, he was fine. Other than maybe resisting arrest. Again, we didn't even see that part. That's why I'm saying maybe. He could have been absolutely doing nothing. But either way, that is not the way police should be handling their
No.
fucking business.
No.
That is not police justice. That's fucking murder.
That's murder.
Like what
It
he
is
did to that
fucking
man
murder.
is murder. And again, I defend the police to up and down. You can ask her. I'm a huge supporter of the police. But in this one, no defense. Zero. There is none. There's no acceptable answer it's because the video's so long.
Yeah.
It's like 4.5 minutes. And at the beginning of it, the guy's in cuffs and on the ground.
So it should have already been done.
Done.
Exactly. That 4.5
The
minutes.
second the cuffs are on and they're tight,
Yeah,
you sit
in
them
the
up
car.
and either get them in the car or just let them sit on the curb.
No,
and
in the car. Get him away from the situation, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Either way, it was really fucking harsh, and you know, sending, of course, love out to that situation and that family, and you know, good riddance. And I'm glad what happened to that girl happened to that girl. You know, sometimes it's like the fucking. Enough already, you know. What the fuck does it matter what color his fucking skin was? Like, there's a man threatening me in Central Park. Should have been her fucking sentence.
Well, and that's the shit that, you know,
Like,
still
fuck
makes
her.
She should get
America-
charges for like
I agree.
falsely
There is.
accusing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
there's that, and then when you interfere with 911 like that, it's breaking the law.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to be fucking
it's like
around
a
with-
falsified
Self-reporting.
reporting.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be doing that shit, and that's what she clearly was doing. It's still this stigma, and like we're getting past it more and more because the country's becoming more mixed. Like it's not just here's the Irish, here's the Italians. Everybody's such a fucking mutt at this point.
We are. We're all
that
mixed.
it's
We are all
really
mixed.
going to be hard in the next coming decades to have racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it's there now, but I think like in the next few decades, when this melting pot keeps mixing and keeps, eventually it's going to be like, yeah, I'm black, I'm Spanish, I'm Asian, you know what I mean? Like
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of disagree on that, unfortunately.
Well, you can't predict the future. I'm just making an opinion on the future.
So
But why do you disagree?
Because as many people as there are that are still like mixed and everything like that, there's still that many like white people that are still raising their kids with that hatred. And as long as you,
smaller
Yeah, but
portion,
it's-
it's getting smaller and smaller.
I don't.
I feel like it's getting at this point in time more or less not smaller but less aggressive. You do hear of kids being kids, but you don't really hear too much until the teenager years. People pick on people, okay?
I think kids are wising up to that shit too, though.
That's
where
what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
my
Like, it's
parents
not
are
so-
fucking crazy.
Not
like,
so much
of course
like
I wouldn't believe
I don't like you
this.
because you're Asian. It's just like, you know, whatever, you're a person. Maybe in front of their families they're not the same, but in all, I mean, kids are just
But
getting
there's
along
too
as
much
kids.
out there for like, if I'm growing up in a fucked up family and like, you know, they're racist motherfuckers, they're Nazi, KKK
Right.
people. Like, I have enough resources now to see the actual outside world and see, oh, no, that's not normal. What they're doing is kind of fucking crazy. And then, I'm not saying all these kids, but even if one of them goes, I don't believe in any of this shit that they're doing. Like, what they're doing is really fucking wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now that's one less.
Right.
You know, and is it going to happen all the time? Maybe, maybe
No,
not.
you
But,
know, but-
now there's more of a chance for it to happen. And there's more of a chance to have understanding. There's more of a chance to get information you didn't have 30 years ago.
Right.
So it could help things. Also, the internet spreads hate real easily, as we all
Yeah.
know.
Oh man. You know, you think about it, but the other day Anna had asked me, you know, Ma, do we have any family left that are included into the American Indian of us? Like, do we have anybody on the reserves? Do we have anybody in New York? And, you know, my pop-up was him and his 13 siblings. I believe 13, or I don't even know. Maybe I'm crazy. But him and all his siblings have passed on. And so my pop-up was American Indian and English and stuff. And, you know, my great-grandfather, my pop-pop's great-grandfather came over on the Mayflower. So I'm considered also a daughter of the Revolution.
Well, you got to think, too, like, and not to, like, sour anything.
Go ahead.
But if Pop Hop is part Cherokee,
Yeah.
there had to have been a rape somewhere in there.
Well,
You know-
obviously,
you know what I mean?
when
Like-
they came over here.
Because the Pilgrims and Indians weren't friends.
No. They
You get what
weren't.
I'm
You're
saying?
right. They weren't. And you know what, though? You do hear of things that happen
Oh,
like that
that's
in
what I'm
those
saying.
villages.
I
You
mean,
know,
every
it
now
is
and then
what
there's
it
the
is.
love story where the Pilgrim fell in love with the Indian
The
girl.
Romeo and the
Hey,
Juliet
we have it
of
here
it.
at Lake Ronkonkoma. You know what I
Now
mean?
you just totally said that my family was raping.
No, but no.
Well, he didn't specify which side of the family
Yes.
was
Oh,
doing
right,
it.
Well, it would be the
So-
English side. I mean, the Indians usually were the receivers on that end. It wasn't really working out well for them, from what I heard.
Well, either way, you know, my daughter asked me about our history and stuff like that. And I said to her, I'm like, you know, I could walk around and say, American Indian, I want some benefits. I'm this, I want this. I'm a daughter of the Revolution. By the 13th, I want this. I just feel that it really doesn't matter now because it's not me. It was 13, you know, generations back. It was different.
Fucking 1600s, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, like I can't say I deserve this. I don't believe that I do because
No,
I
you
wasn't
don't.
a part of this stuff. So I feel like everybody gets wrapped up in, oh, well, you're American Indian. Now I don't like you, but you didn't even know I was an
Who are
American
these
Indian.
people? Who
no,
says
I'm not,
that?
I'm using American
Oh,
Indian
okay. I
rather
was like,
than talking
wow.
about other things.
Are there still pilgrims in the United States?
Yes.
It's like, who hates the
look
Native
hard
Americans? I'm pretty sure they're like the only group that doesn't get shit anymore
Did
because
you guys catch on that I was using something else instead of talking about black
I
and white?
did once you
No.
did.
You didn't?
No, because
Oh, okay.
you went really all in on
No,
the Indian
they
thing.
are. They got it.
Oh, I
They're
don't
joking
know.
with you.
Maybe
Joke's
it's me.
on
Maybe
you.
I'm a little fucked up.
So no, but you know, I just didn't want to talk about the same thing, so I was trying to come up with a
Yeah,
different
man,
way.
fair enough. Fair enough.
My fucking straw is like choking me.
What
it's the only
is that?
straw.
Yeah,
It's
what?
a shake straw.
Just drink it out of the cup. It's
no,
clean.
it's. Hey, I bang my teeth a lot.
Well, don't fucking be so eager. Jesus.
get my
Drink it like a
back.
goddamn. Get the alcohol in. God.
So I would like to think and hope that in the future that
Well, that's what I said. I
we're
said
letting
decades
go of
from
what
now. I'm not talking
happened.
tomorrow.
I mean,
16,
I'd like
17.
to hope.
Your hair is stuck on the plate behind you before it rips
All
off
right,
the
well,
wall.
Your kids are a perfect example. How
It was
many
stuck on
different
the plate.
things are in them?
Huh?
How many different things are your kids?
Well, their dad is black. He actually has some Cherokee Indian in him too. They're Irish, German, Italian, and Puerto Rican
That's what
from
I'm
my
saying.
side.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's a mix.
So you don't
Oh,
think
and we're
it's
a little
gonna-
we're a little Swiss.
And you're skeptical if it's going to be even more of a melting pot? I mean, come on.
We're all, everybody's pretty much spreading it out.
The Irish and the Italians hated each other for years, and finally they came together.
And then look at me.
Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere.
I mean, to be fair, half of my Puerto Rican side of the family are fucking racist pieces of shit that I don't even talk to.
Well,
And they're fucking Puerto Rican, so what does that tell
it's
you?
hard because
I don't know. What does that tell you?
It's hard.
They're fucking
because
assholes.
Whoa!
Our family
Whoa.
used to be so diverse. Like my dad could go outside with a watch, take his watch off, and he would have a white spot. That's how dark skinned my dad was. Even to a point where we'd be out and people would look at us. And he would be like, "It's my fucking daughter." Number one, number two, I didn't look like his daughter because he was so dark and I was so fair.
Right.
My dad's Puerto Rican, Italian. My mother's Spanish. She's from American Indian, English, Danish, Irish. She's Swedish. She's got so much shit from my pop side. But I don't say all that. I'm just like, I'm an Italian and Spanish girl. You know, we all kind of just mix together. But in our blood, I would fucking not doubt there being black in me. I'm Sicilian. You know, there's black in me. There's Jewish in me. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of different Jewish is a fucking religion.
Oh, yeah.
This is my first drink. Okay. So, but I'm saying everybody I think is all mixed together, and hopefully we all can stay mixing together.
Well, they
I don't,
are.
I don't
It's
think
just-
she could drink with
It's
us.
just the way it is.
it's my first
You know,
drink.
the only culture that I see that really like tries to keep themselves in is the first and second generation Latin people that come from like South American countries. Like they really don't want their people going outside of the group. You know what I mean? But now I'm seeing the younger generation of it, and they're the ones branching out, being like, "Yeah, no, you guys are all crazy. We're going to be normal."
That's
fucking people."
interesting because my best friend's mother told me when I started dating again to stay away from Spanish men. And she's from El Salvador.
Yeah.
So, and she's the first one to
those are a lot of
say,
guys that work in my warehouse. That's
she
why I see
says,
this.
no, Katie, you stay away from the Spanish men. I don't want to catch you bringing a Spanish man home. And it was this whole lecture, and she gave it to all her girls as well. And it's just the fact that you say it, and she's, no, definitely
My
not.
step grandmother's the same way. She lives in Puerto Rico, and she was like, "You're not allowed to date no Colombians, no Salvadorians."
Oh, the Spanish people. Is
Yeah.
Like when it comes to the caste system, there's Puerto Ricans and everybody else.
Yeah, but
Just saying.
then you
Well,
talk
the
to an El
Spaniards.
Salvadorian woman.
Oh yes. Actually,
The
Spain
Spaniards,
Spanish. They're
Spain
top.
always
They're top
goes
It
tier.
depends who
Yes,
you're
right.
talking to, because the El Salvadorians in my
No,
life,
I know.
goes, and
I know.
then
I know. But they can pretend all they want. Okay, it goes Spain Spanish, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, everybody else.
And the very bottom, Dominicans.
And I've,
No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
But we have tons of Spanish guys in my warehouse, and we have the Puerto Rican guys, and those are the guys I get along with, and I break their balls, you know. And they even say, "Oh yeah, no, it's they're fucking down here. Get the fuck out of here with those guys." Like the Salvies, the Venezuelans, they're like, no, they shit all over them.
Either way, I think it's ridiculous. Like, who the fuck do we all think we
But
are
it's
to say?
funny. Well, there's
a fucking system.
That's my point, because
you know?
they're saying that about them, while Whitey's going, Puerto Rican, no, get out of here. Get out
Yeah,
of here.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's a little bit of fucked up on all ends.
Everybody is like that. Everybody is. There's a difference between racist and racial. Okay? Like being racial is just human tendencies. Like, you know, it's different. It's not the norm that I'm used to. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know anything about their culture or nothing. So you're not being like, I don't like them. It's just, I don't know them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Well, they should say, I don't know them rather than I don't like them.
Yeah, but it's kind of rude too.
I'd rather say
Yes.
What?
No, you're right.
I'd
But
rather say that, you
a
know.
lot of people don't want to have that uncomfortable moment or, you know, act a certain way. You know, but I think a lot of people in given situations all have racial tendencies. whether you're white, black, Asian, Spanish, it doesn't matter. For some reason, it's that thing, that human nature thing to be like, well, this is what you are, and you're not like me, so I'm going to point it out and make you feel bad for it.
It's
I
that,
don't
it's that
like you.
subconscious talking, and it's like something different, something different. What do I do? What do I do? It's something different.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
And you don't know what to do with
It's like,
it.
what's the easy target? Your skin color, or you know what I mean,
want
or
this?
whatever.
I'm good.
Thank
Thank you.
I don't know.
No, I appreciate it. I'm good right now.
So
I had a good
You're
night
like
last
biting
night.
your tongue. I see it. Why?
No, I'm not biting my tongue. I'm actually just
Oh,
listening.
all right. It looks.
No,
I
no.
thought you had because Nicole. We talked about this last week. All right.
all right, so
It's an aggressive gesture.
Let's change it up a little
It's
bit.
an aggressive
It is.
stance.
It is an aggressive
It's a
stance.
I'm not
defensive
trying to be
stance.
aggressive. I'm just, I don't know. I don't
Let's
know what to
just-
do with my hands half the time.
Like
My
this.
arms,
He's
like,
like, I never know what to do with my
know.
hands. Was Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
He's like, put your hands down. He's like, this. So anyway, when I was going to the store, I don't know, he just picks his hands
I
up.
never know what to do with my hands.
He's like, just put them down.
Yeah.
All right, so let's change it up really quick because this is something again.
Let's go into something fun. That pony raping story. Let's get into the fun stuff.
All right, we
What
can do
the
pony
fuck?
raping.
Yeah.
we can do pony
let's
raping.
lighten it up a little bit.
All right.
Oh, wait, I
gonna
think
give
she-
you. I'm going to give you the article
Okay.
because you're better at reading than I
I
am.
am. I am.
And don't sweat yourself.
I'll sweat the technique. Oh boy, it's Big Josh, and his birthday was yesterday.
oh yeah, we gotta say happy birthday to Joshy.
You got unfiltered
Joshy
marriage.
boy.
What's up, baby?
Hi, everybody.
What's up, partner?
How are you?
I'm okay. How's everybody?
Oh, I thought you were keeping the specs off. I was gonna say you're looking like $1 million. Over there.
Everybody's doing great. Josh, first off, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Big Josh.
Yes, happy birthday.
It was yesterday.
We know that.
Yes, we
we know
know.
that, motherfucker.
No, Jess, you're too kind.
I know. We know. I just wanted to say happy birthday and stuff. And did you have something you wanted to throw in the conversation, or did you want to hear about the horse raper?
The horse raper.
Oh my fucking god, this guy.
Some
This
fucking guy in our group. Sorry to cut off Josh. Some new guy. Ready? This guy. I mean, it seems like he's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of short hari. Very, very Middle Eastern looking. And you know, our group is just nothing but a bunch of shiny, happy people. So he decides just to throw his own post out there with hearts behind it and go, "Hi, I'm new here. How should I respond to our new friend?"
you should say, hey, how you doing? Be nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. What were you going to say? Are you getting involved with the last conversation, or you want to hear about the pony rapist?
Go with the pony rapist.
Okay, Rocky.
Pony rapist it is. Shit.
Get off. Why'd you get off my thing? You were searching.
I got it.
Fucking
Serial pony rapist allegedly caught with his pants down in Delaware police sting. For months, Equestrian Center workers were puzzled by a spat of injuries to horses and ponies in Delaware. It seems someone was sneaking into the stables in the dead of night and tying up the animals' back legs. Eventually, police launched a sting operation to figure out who could have embarked. He ties the legs so they can't kick him.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Oh my fucking.
I have a comment after this.
That's why
I'm gonna wait.
That's why he ties the legs.
I can't.
So while he's fucking the horse,
He doesn't get kicked in the nuts.
can't
He doesn't get
cannot
donkey kicked,
even.
as I'm sure some dudes have.
Newcastle.
Oh
Yes, there was a guy. There's a documentary on this guy from Seattle. He was into getting fucked by a horse, and it went too deep and like damaged his small intestine and like
my
fucked him up and killed him.
Well, you're talking about a horse dick.
And-
so,
and he got
Yeah,
killed.
like who the fuck? Where do you put that?
But there's a documentary on that whole situation and this guy that fucking got killed by fucking getting fucked by a horse.
Wow.
Newcastle County police officers never suspected how sordid their investigation would become. On Thursday, they charged Michael Riego, 31 of Hartley in Kent County, with 2 counts of felony bestiality and 2 counts of felony burglary in connection with the suspected serial rape of ponies dating back to September 2019.
Serial raping of ponies.
This story was in May 22nd, 2020. So he's been doing this for over a year and a half. He's been fucking ponies.
Ponies.
He's in jail pending, get this, $12,000 bail. So you got to pay half that Because
$12,000?
so he's out on $6,000 for fucking raping ponies for a year and a half. That's ridiculous.
Is that a disgusting thing?
Like that person just shouldn't be in society. That's the thing.
Right.
Like,
What don't they?
he's clearly not a normal
sick
fucking
fucking
human
person.
being. No one goes around fucking ponies all over the county.
But
Tying
to be fair, have you guys seen Clerks 2?
Yes, he's still not fucking ponies. All right, There's-
Kelly and the
Yeah.
what was it? And
No.
okay.
She's not a huge Kevin Smith Clerks, Jay and Silent Bob person. She likes other stuff though, like Dogma. She likes.
okay.
I like
She
Jane
liked
Silent Bob.
Yoga Hoses. She kind of liked.
It was funny.
Clerks is my jam.
She does. She's Jay and Silent Bob.
sorry.
She doesn't even
I
like
don't
Jay and
know.
Silent
We're
Bob
both
Strikes
don't
Back.
like them.
As usual.
She
They're
likes Chasing
annoying.
Amy and
Chasing
Mallrats.
Amy's great,
Chasing
and
Amy's
Mallrats
good.
is amazing.
Yeah.
And Mallrats she likes. Yeah.
Do you like me less now? I'm sorry.
No, wow.
No.
Girl, teach his
She's
own.
married to me, and I love Kevin Smith.
Yeah, nah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I own literally every one of his movies. He's one of my favorite directors.
Magic.
Tusk, Red State, I watch them all. I
Oh
don't
God,
care.
Tusk was the worst.
I love Tusk.
I always feel left out
Michael
when we
Parks
start
is
talking about
amazing in that
movies and
movie.
shit.
Why?
I'm reading.
Oh,
Authorities weren't quite sure what to
No,
think
no,
when they first received reports about ponies and horses with injuries to their back legs at the Newcastle County Carousel Park and Equestrian Center last fall. Now that's quite the fucking name of a place, isn't it?
What was it?
Newcastle County Carousel Park and Equestrian Center.
Oh my God! Please don't.
I know where that is.
No.
I lived in
What?
Delaware for like 2
Dela who?
years.
Dela what?
she did live in Delaware.
I hated Delaware. It was bullshit.
That's my favorite part in Wayne's World. And now we're in
Delaware.
Delaware.
You just said that.
Hi. I'm in Delaware.
Oh my
Delaware is
God.
bullshit. I'll
Several-
put that on the record.
Several of the smaller ponies who are used to give riding lessons were found with cords still tied above their back hooves. All right, so yeah, we get it. This guy's running around all over the county,
Raping
Fucking
fucking
ponies.
ponies.
raping fucking ponies.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Like
Can he just get a hooker?
You know, it's not
No.
even just so much. Can you get a hooker? It's
Yeah,
like what?
that's
It's
money.
a fucking animal.
Can't
Yeah,
you
like,
just
I-
go to the
that's-
fucking
that's the gross,
sex
like, how
shop
you
and get
got-
a toy? What the fuck?
like it's you're fucking another species, man. Like that's weird.
And
That's
unnecessary.
weird.
Like
Very
if
unnecessary.
you're in your mind visualizing it and jerking off, I feel
Now,
like
Josh,
that's one
if
thing.
you had the fucking
but-
animal though, if you had the fuck one animal,
Oh my God! He always does this to this poor guy.
you have to choose.
you have to choose one. What would it be?
I played the fifth.
I'm not an animal, Josh.
He
You
said
can't
I
use
plead
that.
the fifth.
No, you have to choose one. It can be mythological too. It doesn't have to be
Like
a
a
real
unicorn.
animal.
Oh my God, like the
Why
dog
not?
from Neverending
Oh,
Story.
really?
First of all, if you're
Mermaid.
saying you plead the fifth, clearly that means you have a choice in mind.
Oh my
All
god.
right, fine. I'll say Catwoman.
Okay,
Give me
fair
a
enough.
He
translation.
said Catwoman.
Catwoman.
That's not an animal.
Well,
Just because cat is in the name does not make her.
Can you do that one more time, Robbie?
good workaround. That's a good
Fucking
workaround.
great.
What my?
Yeah, he's the best. So it's just cat fight. You know? I don't know
Take a
why he
cat
keeps
fight.
giving it to you girls, but I'm like seriously like, what
I'm
is?
just polite.
You
that
know what
way.
the yeah, you're
I
polite.
appreciate it.
Listen, I have something serious though, Josh. So I'm going to bring this up, and you could be a part of the conversation. I've got
Luckily,
plenty of us here.
You can be a part.
So scenario: you're married,
Here we go, yo.
you have children, you love your spouse and everything. They have an accident, but they're not dead. They're in the hospital in a coma. Okay, doctor tells you, I don't know when they're going to wake up. They're healthy, they're fine, but they got to wake up from that coma and hopefully not have brain damage. But you know, they're in one piece. They're beautiful still. They look the same.
We're talking the bride from Kill Bill. Perfect shape, just coma.
What is like? What do you wait forever till they wake up and not move on with your life or move on with anything else? Do you sit on pause like as if you're really in the relationship still, or do you say, you know what, I'm sorry, but I need to live my life and I'm not waiting?
I don't know if I could really
I'd
fully
wait for
answer
you.
that unless I was in this situation.
Yeah, no,
I
I'd wait
definitely,
for you to wake up.
I would definitely wait a while. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you married in
depends
this
on-
scenario?
Yeah, like I said, you're married, you have children, you know,
I'm
but
waiting
you
for you to
know,
wake up. Like I'm not gonna sit there and my wife's still alive.
6
and
months
be
go
like,
by,
hey,
a year
kids,
goes by.
Check out Betsy over here.
A year
But
goes
we're gonna go
by.
visit your mom
Yeah,
in the
we're gonna
I
bring
would,
her
hospital.
to-
I would
Bring her to go
definitely
see
wait at
Mom.
least 6 months or a year. But if it's like 5, 6, 7 years. Like,
Do they keep people in comas that long?
I don't know.
I mean, it
I guess if you have
depends.
the
have
money.
good enough
Depends if they're
insurance.
not,
Yeah.
if they're not on life support. I
If
mean,
you
you
got
could
the
be in
money.
a coma and not be on life support. There's nothing you could do about that. That person's just in a coma.
Yeah.
Wait. I want to chime in.
Go ahead.
I would just be faithful till the end of time. It's like the old saying, to death do us part.
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
That's
You took
what
that vow.
Just straight to the end. Wake up or.
I would feel like that. Like, I'd want to sit here and be like, I would wait till the end. But I don't know if a year goes by, 2 years go by, and the doctor's like, look, he's not going to be getting up. Or he's not getting up right now. Or he's not even making improvement. I don't know if after 2 years I'm going to be like, you know what? Let's keep him on this fucking machine. I might be like, look, it's 2 years. My husband's not waking up. Can we do something else to ease his
you
pain?
keep me alive on a machine for 2 years. I'm coming back to kill you.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, like you give me 3 months. Max.
3 months. Get the fuck
3
out of here.
months.
Rockies, you're a tough motherfucker. So.
If I don't fight it out in 3 months, it ain't happening.
Well,
That's ridiculous.
To be fair, my father was in a medically induced coma for 6 weeks.
I'm sorry, I didn't know this.
And this is years ago, way before he died.
Way to
Yeah,
go, Jess.
I didn't know this, and I lost my dad too. I apologize.
It's
she's-
fine. It's fine. But
she's fine, baby.
it's
She
kind
is,
of
she is.
relevant to
I'm
this
teasing, I'm teasing.
because
I'm glad that you're here.
he was put in the medically induced coma because they did an exploratory surgery and they fucked it up because they're idiots. So they had to in order to save him. But when he came out of it, he told all of us. I mean, this was like a 1.5 year journey. He was in and out of hospitals, surgeries, rehab, the whole nine. And he said, if anything ever happens to me again like that, pull the plug. Because that's not living life.
Right.
So when he had his aneurysm, when he eventually died 6 years ago, and his second wife, my stepmother, wanted to keep him on all these machines, even though
Right.
the doctors were saying, even on the tiniest possibility, if we were able to save him, he would be mute, deaf,
Right.
paralyzed, blind.
The fuck all that. No,
Like,
please, yeah.
and we all knew. We had already been through it. I guess it was like 15 years ago at this point, actually probably longer, that he told all of us, don't ever do that to me.
Yeah, no.
That is not
nightmare.
living. That is not a life.
No.
Now-
That you have
Yeah,
to take
see,
care
I
of
was-
my every fucking whim for 24. That's
He wouldn't even be able to, like, he'd be mute, like,
yeah.
everything. He
You'd
would
have to
be
like moisten
literally
his lips and shit. and-
everything.
yeah,
See, I was
no,
gonna
fuck
say,
all
if
that.
she was on the other foot and we're talking about like you're the
Kill
one
me.
who it would happen to, I wouldn't want my husband to wait around
Me
for years
either.
and let his
Me
life
either.
go past him.
And I'm
Like,
saying,
not saying actively go out and look for somebody, but I would want my husband to be happy.
right. I would
wouldn't want him to be
never
alone for
want
the
him
rest
to
of
leave
his
me in a
life.
hospital for a year and him having to sit home and do all this by himself and live without
Like
having
that's part
someone.
of loving someone. You would want them.
You
to
want
be
them to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So now that was that position. Rocky had lost his dad to cancer and had to watch him go through being sick.
Mm-hmm.
My father just dropped dead at 46 of a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
And your father in the coma. And I'm looking back and you go, all these scenarios like would have been. I watched it when my dad died. I was there. It was very hard.
Mm-hmm.
I never forgot it. But would I want to be with a father who was sick for long and I watched it even longer? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's all these positions. And I don't know what made me think of this, but I said to myself, like, God forbid anything ever happened to me and I was in a
watched a lot of
coma.
Rescue Me, so you got a lot.
I
of
would
us.
want to have a living will stating, like, look, if
DNR
God
or
forbid
not.
something, I don't want to be on life support or
an
have
extended period of
right. I would
time.
want my family to live on and not suffer, watching me
Yeah.
like that.
True.
I'm okay right now. Do you guys need anything?
I'm good.
Do you need to bring a
Rocky, can
cup?
you grab me a water, babe?
You want your cup or no?
No.
So it's kind of a difficult.
It depends on the scenario because, like, when my father was in the hospital almost
I feel
20 years
so
ago,
short right now.
it was
Whoa.
because of a surgery. When he died 6 years ago, he had a massive brain aneurysm, like out of nowhere. He was fine. I had spoken to him the day before. Everything was fine.
Right.
Until
And-
I got
and it
that
just-
phone call from my brother, and 3 days later, we're turning off the machines and watching him die.
Right.
You
Right.
know, and
this is fucking
and
life.
we're arguing with our stepmother because she wants at this point to keep him on the machines and keep him going, and we're like, no, he came to all of us after he was in the hospital a decade ago.
and said this is
Do
not what I want.
no, absolutely not.
It's
So-
it's a rough situation. I thought about that.
Here's the scenario. If the choice is me die or you having to cater to everything for the rest of your life or mine, no. I don't want you living like that.
If I can't wipe my own
Yeah,
ass,
but would you do that with me?
we're done.
What?
Would you?
If
Would
that's
you?
what you wanted.
And of course, that's what I would want. I wouldn't want you to wipe my ass and feed me.
Well, exactly. So
the
if
fuck
those
would I
are
wanna
your
live like that for?
wishes, then yes, I would do what your wishes are.
Okay, now here's the next one. So, if those are my wishes, and I said I don't want to be living like this, would you be able to pull the plug yourself? Or perhaps put a fucking pillow over my face?
That's, I'm now killing you.
Taking it a little too far.
No, it's not because you know what? Think
It's
of
basically like assisted suicide, which is legal in some places.
Some places.
I'm not even like
No,
assisted
I believe
suicide,
Washington
but
State
like
is
you
one of
think
the
about it,
ones.
like if I was like,
Not New York.
if I'm like,
Let's go on
I don't want
vacation, babe,
this,
real quick.
and other people are fighting for it for me, and I don't want it, like, would you be the one that goes, you know what, Jessica didn't want this, and I'll take out the
Yeah,
plug?
I would.
Well, I mean,
And your
as
husband.
as the
Anyone's-
husband, you
Anyone got a
kind
beef
of-
with it, fucking come see me. This is what she told me she wanted. You think I want my fucking wife dead, you fucking idiots? This is what she wanted. Like,
Look who he's talking to.
no, but that would be the scenario though. Like, because
Yeah.
you're gonna have people like, wow, could you do that? Because it's what she fucking wanted.
Well,
Fuck
that's why
you.
it's important to have a living will
Yep.
or a will.
Yeah.
I was talking to him that I want to do that because
You
we
know what I
travel.
want. You know
we
what I
travel. We travel with the kids once a year. We travel alone once a year, and it's important because
God forbid.
I need all my ducks to be in a row, and I just was wondering. I don't know why it came up. I was thinking about it, and I was like, this
Are
might
you
be
a buried
something.
person or a cremated person?
Cremated.
Cremated, yes.
My father's ashes are in my apartment right
I
now.
want, I want some.
No,
I want
I
some.
don't even want that. My worst fear is
What?
Wait. I know that when I went through the same thing with my older sister dying and my dad dying, that they were cremated too. So we all decided we're going to be
You
cremated.
could hear the other one.
But
Translate
But
for me, please.
he's saying that his dad and his sister was cremated also, so his whole family decided that's what they're going to do. Now, my worst fear
It's to be in the
being
ground.
alive is being buried alive. Like that is
Well, obviously they would
any
never
type
bury
of
you
suffocation thing.
You
like,
would hope.
I know.
any type of,
Right,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Suffocation thing I'm really not into, but that I'm like, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Like you're just buried under mad dirt and in a box, and you're just fucked. There's nothing.
There's
you can
nothing to do. Well, years
I mean,
ago they
unless
used to
you're-
have the bell.
Unless you're Beatrix Kiddo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
stories of that, how they used to
Yeah,
have
they
the
would ring the
string
bells
and
in case the people
Oh,
weren't dead back in
my.
the days.
Well,
yeah.
That's why they would
It was
have
different.
people like
But
working.
that's why
they
the
had
grave.
the graveyard shift.
Yeah, the graveyard shift.
They'd have to.
Yeah,
I
hear
had
that.
no
their
idea.
job was.
And they would listen
I
for
had
the
no
bells.
idea.
There's that
Yeah.
movie that came out not too long ago where they did like a little thing with the bells. I forget which one. La Lorna, maybe?
I don't know, but either way,
Yeah.
you think about that shit. When you have a family and you have children and you have or really close people or anything in your life like that, you go, well, what the fuck if I can't speak, who's gonna speak for me?
Well, that's why it's important to have it.
And that's a beautiful thing that you got to be on the same page.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm an organ donor. Rocky is not an organ donor. I will give anything they can take, and he's like, I'm taking everything with me.
Taking it to the
so,
grave, baby.
it's
You and
different.
me
My dad was an organ donor, and because he died so suddenly, they were able to donate his veins. They were able to donate his skin. A little boy who had fourth
I
degree
just don't like
burns
the
got
idea
his
of
skin.
them playing science on me.
Listen, I would have been fine
You know
being
what I
an
mean?
organ
Science,
donor.
but
Listen,
No, but you
I'm sorry.
you
I'm sorry.
think-
I'm sorry.
But you think every donor is going to like that? Some donors are going to a fucking school. Like they're gonna take your
like a
shit and
cadaver.
yeah, bring it to a school.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be.
You know
a
what I'm
cadaver.
saying? Like it's not.
Can I
guaranteed.
write? I want to be a donor to people.
No, I don't think so.
No, you can specify it.
Can you?
Yes. You have to go online and specify.
All right, then you
what
need to
you
do
want
that.
donated and
But that's
whatever
what I'm
and to
saying.
where.
Like the whole donor thing, it's like
What were you just gonna say?
I'm against it because when my father was in the hospital with the aneurysm, he was a donor, and as was my grandfather. And we were surrounded by lawyers because they kept telling us that to push it off for another day, to turn off the machines, because there's only so many technicians, I guess, that can come and harvest the organs.
And then you only have so much time after the person dies.
Not even that. They kept him on the machine so long that by the time they got there, because there was a snowstorm, they cut him open. Nothing was viable anymore because of everything they were using to keep him alive.
Yeah. No.
Nothing was good. Not even his retinas.
I understand that
Nothing.
moment though, because there was immediately doctors with my mom, like, so he's a donor, we need to take this, and she was like, wait a minute, like, he just fucking died. But they had his eyes, they donated me. I got a letter from a little boy who got his eyes. You know, there are things that I go, you know what, if I'm not using it, take my fucking eyes, take whatever you want. Somebody can have tattoos without the fucking money, you know, like, without spending the money, whatever, take whatever you can from me, you know, like, whatever you can take from me, I want to give to something else, to someone else. I mean, I don't know, I just think it's very selfish to take it. And
if it wasn't for that experience, I would be fine with it.
Right.
But it's, you know, they pushed and pushed. So imagine this. You're standing around your dying father's body.
Yeah.
And we have lawyers right behind us because they're terrified we're going to sue because they know they fucked up.
Right. Right.
Because we wanted to turn off the machines the first day.
Right.
We didn't want to play this game.
Right.
And sit there and watch him. So everything they were doing to try to save these organs did nothing but make them deteriorate faster and make them unusable.
That's unbelievable. It's crazy. It's very sad, and you know, I'm glad that we're getting everything out on the fucking air tonight. Jesus
I was a
Christ.
smoker, a drinker, you know.
Yeah.
I've had
my organs are shots of shit.
Yeah, like
you don't want these.
Yeah, like I can't even imagine mine are viable for any of that shit.
Anything. They could take your vein. They take your veins. They
Yeah,
take
I know,
your.
but-
They can take my eyes. People want blue eyes, right? They can have those. And that's about
they want to be
it.
able to see
No
people.
one wants brown eyes.
It's so weird because Rocky's looking at me, and then through his other eye is coming through the microphone pieces. So he looks like a stalker. He's like, like he's peeking through the microphone. So let's lighten this up. Let's lighten this up a little bit because we got a little bit more. We got no. It's me too, dude. My dad's 13 years. It's
Goddamn
never.
fucking
It just
Grim
was
Reapers
420.
over here.
Yeah.
420 is the day my dad died. 429 is my birthday. So worst fucking April month. But back to funnier things. So okay, vagina.
Yes.
What about
Vagina
Watch out.
vagina is so interesting. So one of the most embarrassing things ever to me would be having sex and having any type of noise or anything like that. And I don't have noise, thank the fucking Lord. However, one of my biggest things besides my vagina and what's going on, one of my biggest things that turns me off while we're in this moment is sweaty armpits.
I think we've discussed this.
We did.
Sweaty armpits. Who gets
I feel like
sweaty
we did.
armpits?
I do. Well, because you
Really?
start moving around and stuff.
Well, I mean, I'll get sweaty too, but
But let me explain. Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you why I notice the armpits. Because as he's on top making out and playing with my breasts and all the beautiful things, instead of him like putting his arms under my legs,
Oh, you go.
He has his arms around. So when he's sliding his body down, his armpits are sliding down my thighs. And I'm immediately feeling the sweat,
And you're
I'm going,
cringing
and I'm going
involuntarily?
What the fuck? I'm like, I will take his arms literally and go like this, and I'll put them, and he'll go and he'll move, and he'll realize, like, because I've said it before, like, I cannot take it. It just kills me for me. So
Unless you get a funky BO, right?
no, never the BO. It's just because he gets so hot. Like it doesn't matter what we do. When we're having sex, we're fucking sweating and we're just like so hot. We have the windows open, fans on, AC. Doesn't matter. We are sweating. So I'm
That's a
always
good night,
just
then.
yeah. I'm
Or
always
day.
just like, all right, put the arms around. You know.
Yes, I'm sweating right now.
What is I'm talking to the ladies right now. What is your one thing that a guy can do that you go, fuck, you ruined it.
Ooh.
You ruined it.
What?
Oh, no, I was
Yeah.
trying to think.
I don't know
What's
because
the
I've
killer?
never had like a scenario like that before.
Oh, I've had a guy whisper in my ear, what if I got you pregnant?
Oh.
Get off of me.
What? Really?
Yes.
What if I got you pregnant?
Like, that is not, no.
yeah,
No.
no. I would
No.
be like, is there a
Unless
condom
that's
on?
like the objective.
No,
right.
it was not. It
No.
was
Tell
not the
me about
objective.
it.
And that's terrifying words to hear. And that's when you get donkey kicked.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
So you've never had a moment like that?
No.
Josh, have you ever had a moment like that where you were turned off?
I'm a virgin. So
What?
I'm a virgin.
He's not allowed to plead the fifth.
You're not
No,
a
he's a
virgin.
virgin.
He is. We know this. Yes, he is.
Come on.
Yes,
Josh.
he is. Yeah, let's not go through this. He is. He is.
I love you, and I think that is so
admirable.
Exactly. Seriously, like that is. You're not even just giving it to anyone. I have respect for you. Like amazing. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I really didn't.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
I'm not afraid to be honest and just telling like it is.
Well, I love it, and I appreciate that you
Good
are
for
telling
you.
this. I mean, to be honest with you, if anything ever happens, I'm coming
he's a
to
virgin.
fucking see
This
you.
is
still talking about
sad.
that.
This is sad.
What?
All right, Jimmy Fallon's been getting shit, right? Did you hear about this, Nicole?
No,
Because
I'm not really a big Jimmy Fallon fan.
Yeah,
to be
well,
honest.
you don't need to be because this was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
On Saturday Night Live, I told about this on my show.
ahead.
On Saturday Night Live, he did an impersonation of Chris Rock, but he was in black makeup. But spot on Chris Rock, by the way. The impersonation
I
was
think I've
great.
seen it, yeah.
Now, this was 20 years ago, Saturday Night Live. It's a sketch comedy show.
All right, baby.
And Jimmy Fallon has now come out and had to have said this, because this is the world we live in. In 2000, while on SNL, I
20
made
years ago.
a terrible decision to do an impersonation of Chris Rock while in blackface. Now, first of all, Jimmy, it's not just you. It's everybody else at Saturday Night Live.
They all fucking do
now,
it.
if you fucked up, then everybody fucked up, okay? Because they were there. They approved this sketch, yada, yada, yada. You get what I'm saying?
There were
Right.
writers involved,
Right,
production.
right.
There is no excuse for this. I am very sorry for making this unquestionably offensive decision, and thank all of you for holding me accountable.
What?
Boo, Jimmy Fallon. Boo.
That really
That's
was.
crazy.
Like that's. Oh, I feel bad that he has to do that. But like, and I hate the way it's worded even more. Holding me accountable.
he's
Thank
covering
you for
himself
holding.
ass.
Oh.
Well, because that covers all the PC
I'm hoping
part of it.
actually that this isn't sarcasm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm hoping it's in sarcasm, but
Because, no, it
it
should
just is
be.
not fair. Honestly, again, if we really had to go back to everything that everybody was doing 20 fucking years ago, like, come on.
It's jokes though. It's fucking.
But it's 20
he's not
years,
walking around
though,
like
like-
a Sambo menstrual
right, and he didn't
fucking
do it at
act.
home with his friends. He was
You
on
know,
Saturday Night
it's-
Live.
Yes.
So then, when are the writers going to apologize and the production's going to apologize?
And was there
the
any black
entire
people on
show?
staff? No black person on staff seemed to be offended then. Like,
Different
or
times.
if they were, maybe they. I don't know. I can't speak for them, but
big
you know, no one's ever mentioned this until now.
So,
20 years
I never
later.
even
Everyone's
heard about
that
it.
bored. They're digging through the
They
archives
tried to
and
do it
going,
with Robert Downey.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
tried to do it with Robert Downey with Tropic
With
Thunder.
Tropic
But
Thunder.
everybody like collectively was like, "Ah, go fuck your mother."
Because
that was hilarious.
And do you
I
remember?
never saw it.
Damn
it.
Good fucking
This is
movie.
almost every week.
I-
Tropic Thunder comes up and Nicole's like, "I never
Good
see
fucking
You have to just
movie.
pull the trigger and just fucking
You
watch
really
it.
do.
It's
Now
so
the
But, you
hype
know,
is
in
big,
the
though.
movie, though, in
Now
the
the hype
movie,
is big.
But I believe
The Tom
It'll
Cruise
the
come
really
through.
quick scenario
Oh,
is
yeah.
they go to where do they go? What?
What?
Where are they're in
Vietnam or some
right?
kind of country
They
like
go
that.
because they're
Wherever.
they think
Cambodia.
that they're filming a movie, but they're not. They're really in like the worst area ever.
No, at first they are.
Right, but the guy gets killed. The director
Yeah,
gets killed
yeah.
on a mine.
Just-
It's just
yeah.
fucking hysterical. Anyway, Robert Downey Jr. is playing a
Okay, I'm ready to do
character.
this.
It's just so fucking
He's playing
funny.
an Australian actor who gets so into his roles. It's a spoof on Hollywood and how people, will
how he
fluctuate
needs to
in
be like
weight,
method.
or and how method acting he needs to be. So he gets a skin transfer thing where he's now black, but he still has the blonde hair and the blue eyes. And
He's like, I'm just a dude playing a dude,
So-
thinking I'm a dude. I'm playing a dude.
like an hour and a half into the movie, like well into like they're not making a movie anymore. The one guy's like, "Why are you still in character?" He's like, I don't know who I am. I'm just a guy playing a guy.
I know.
And that's
It's
the
so
joke,
good.
that he's just this crazy method actor.
And they're
that's
picking on
the
him for it.
lengths. And they're making fun of Hollywood, the lengths people will go to.
the
to
whole
be-
movie
yeah.
is making fun of
Yes.
Hollywood,
It's funny.
and it's hilarious.
And again, Robert Downey's had the greatest comeback in Hollywood history. He's
Oh,
America's sweetheart. We all love him. He's Iron Man.
and
Yeah.
he's
we love
fucked
him.
up
We
more
love him
than
3,000.
most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will love him 3,000 forever.
Of course.
Forever.
Yeah,
Okay, Rocky.
Fucking RDJ. Don't you put him down in my business.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Damn right, Rocky.
We go. Shh, 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 shh.
I gotta get off here, you guys.
Yeah, we love you. We'll let you go, Josh.
right,
Yeah.
Josh.
We'll talk to you later. Happy
Happy
birthday. Bye.
Bye, Josh.
Um.
All right, big Josh.
Yeah, Big Josh. We got a few minutes left, but I just think that collectively society today is weak. And it sucks that they're so.
They can't take a joke. It's a fucking
It's
joke.
just you're
fucking
searching.
Christ.
Now you're searching. You talk about yesterday or like within the year somebody does something, you want to bring it up. Okay, within the year. Okay.
Like if it's not
Fucking
hateful,
20
if it's not
years.
like look,
If it's not murder,
no, but
Or
it's still like
rape
with this,
or,
like people should look at that Saturday Night Live and go, oh, it's Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Shut the
It's
fuck
Saturday
up.
Night
this
fucking
was
Live.
all approved.
Yes, this shouldn't
by
be
30
a
different
discussion.
people.
This should just be, oh, it's a sketch show. They did a
Right.
sketch comedy bit, and he happened to wear black makeup, not black face. Stop. Black face is
different.
Black charcoal, big white lips, big round white eyes. That's black face. Someone putting on black makeup is not
such an asshole.
black face.
Fucking.
It's insanity.
My fucking straw is so big. That's what's insanity. I can't get it.
But I say it angrily as a comedy fan. As
Yeah,
a fan of
it's
comedy.
ridiculous.
Well, because comedy has had to come down so much because everyone's getting offended. You
everybody's
tell a
offended
joke,
by
and then the next
everything.
week you need to apologize for the joke that everybody laughed at
Yeah.
Right.
and thought was hysterical until someone said, oh, that's so fucked up. How can you think that's funny? Because it's hilarious.
Where do you stand on Louis C.K.?
I've heard different versions of what happened.
He likes to jerk off in front of women.
Okay.
That's it.
So here's my thing. If I walk into a room and someone's jerking off, there's a few things that
Well,
could
he
happen.
asked first. He
Right.
did not just have them. He asked first.
Right. Which, listen, if you're going to consent to that at that point,
Right.
cool.
I want
Okay.
to
So
watch
then
it.
why-
Go
But
ahead.
if you've decided you're uncomfortable, then leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I had heard a story. I guess it was a couple years back about Aziz Ansari. Ansari,
Yes, where he was aggressive.
right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I pushed him off. Okay, well, why didn't? This is terrible.
And his comedy special was terrible. Did you see Louis' new one? It was fucking fantastic.
I didn't see it yet.
It was
it
so good.
His movie premiere got canceled because
Dude,
of all this
and we
shit.
watched that. I watched that movie too. It was.
Was it
fucking,
good?
It was really
Very,
good.
very
It was really good.
funny.
It's black and white with what's her face?
I need to watch it.
Kick Ass, the little girl from Kick Ass.
Oh,
and,
I love her.
You know who I'm talking. I can't remember her name.
I'm terrible with names.
I'll tell you what, though, the new Louis stand-up is hysterical.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so is Dave Chappelle's.
Dave Chappelle. I went on a binge like 2 weeks ago and watched
He
all of
had
his
the
shit.
funniest and Kevin Hart. All
I
these
love Kevin
they're
Hart.
so you think about it like, and you have to remember, like, my job, I like hair. I do hair, so I do hair. People who are fucking comedians go up and make jokes, and they'll talk about you or anybody else they want because that's part of their fucking skit. They're joking. It's a
But
joke.
Patrice broke it down a long time ago when Opie and Anthony got in trouble, and he said, he's like, was it coming from a place of funny?
Right, or hate.
Like, just
Big
because
difference.
you don't agree with the content of it doesn't mean it's not funny to someone else.
It just means it's not funny to you.
And if it doesn't land, that's fine. Sometimes jokes don't, and I fucked up.
Right.
But if it does, and a few people think it's funny, then who are you to say it's not now? You get what I'm saying? So, and that's how Patrice. That's why I love that man. He was so insightful sometimes. But it's that simple. Like, was it coming from a place of funny? And if it was, shut the fuck up.
I used to love his show.
Which one?
The Louis C.K. show that he had.
Yeah.
That was
He's
great.
a funny guy. I
He's
mean,
one of
who
my
gives a
favorites.
fuck? He's a funny guy.
He got the raw end of that fucking Me Too movement stick because, like you said, yeah, maybe.
Again, it's not even he slapped her in the face with his dick. He was jerking off. You could have got up and walked out
And
at any
those
fucking
girls
time.
there were comedians, actresses. You're there for something too, honey.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you're not going back to
up to my hotel
I'm
room.
naive. What goes on in hotel rooms?
Right.
We know what goes on in hotel rooms. Like either say no
It's not
or
like
go. Because if
she
you
wasn't
go,
drugged, she wasn't bound,
Yes.
gagged, whatever.
And there wasn't even-
everyone was of clear mind and conscience. So
Yeah.
And
okay, are you uncomfortable? Then you should
Get it-
leave.
then get
the
out.
one
Because I'm
person
gonna
was on
jerk
the
off
phone.
now.
Right,
He's like,
I'm
he was doing
already
it on the
jerking
phone.
off.
Well, then hang up.
You're a grown woman.
Hang
Why
up.
are these not viable
If someone's
decisions?
yelling at me on the phone, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You're gonna hear him go.
and there was none of this. Like I got up to leave the room, and there was
He
none of
followed
that.
me and
there was
pinned me
none of
down.
that.
Yeah.
And he got blacklisted.
Yeah.
blacklisted,
Not
and it's
right.
insane to me.
Not
Like,
right.
Not only are we missing out on the fucking greatest comedic mind of the past 2 decades, but you're doing it for no reason. For no reason at all.
But you know what's funny? Maybe it's not funny.
He had a kink.
but
It may be
Talks
funny.
about
It
it
might
in his
be.
special. He says,
does.
He
Oh
says,
my God, that's
my
right.
biggest regret is that now everybody knows what I'm into.
Right.
He's like, that's my biggest regret out of all this. Like, now everybody knows I like to jerk off in front of girls.
right.
like,
But that's not
Stop.
even that
No,
bad.
of course
not.
Like
At
on,
all.
on the spectrum.
And now because Louis,
You know,
that's
people
who he
jerk off
is,
to me all the time. I mean, in person, but you know.
But because that's who Louis is, that's a brilliant thing to do, to just face it head on and go, you know what? This is my kink. This is what I'm guilty of. I'm guilty of liking this
so
kink.
quiet right now.
Nothing else. You know what I mean? And hopefully that catches on and we get to see Louis start doing shows and movies again. If not, you're all
I can
fucking
hear her
assholes.
thoughts. I can hear her thoughts. Hold on. Pause.
Go
No, I
ahead.
feel like that SpongeBob meme. Like, all right, I'm gonna head out now.
It's like this. No, but for
All
real.
right, I'm gonna leave.
Like, he got such fucking bullshit shafted.
I don't think it was fair. You know, I just think that if it's comedy, like, then watch it. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. If you don't want to be around someone who's jerking off, then get out of the room. You know, I feel like it's important for everybody to remember, like, we're supposed to be able to laugh, right?
Yeah.
I laugh at myself all the time,
Everyone's
especially
so
when I try to
careful
spell
about it
something.
now.
Like, and you know what? Like, sometimes
Spelling's my worst.
Sometimes, like, because we all have a little evil in us. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Some of
So,
us
like,
a little bit more than others,
yes, but
unfortunately.
you ever just catch yourself like laughing at just something fucking crazy?
a little too hard
and
as
you're
well.
like, oh my god! And you're like, holy! If I said this, what I'm laughing at, then I do to her. She's like, what are
all
you
the
laughing
time,
at?
and I look at him and go, "No, that is not a joke. You don't
But you know what I
say
mean?
that."
Like, to me, it's just funny, like the thought of it, or like even though it's the most awful, horrible thing, it's just like thinking it and saying it out loud. It's like.
He walked in
that's so
from
fucking
work.
crazy.
Wait
You
a
know,
second.
like-
He walked in from work today, and let me tell you, I'm not fucking kidding. He comes in, he says hello to everybody, kisses, he changes his clothes, he picks up Val, kisses and hugs, and everything's great. Everything's wonderful. He gets to the back door before we walk outside, and he looks at me and he goes, I just want one purge day. Can we have one day of purge? And I'm looking at him going, what?
Okay, I have a follow-up question with that.
Yeah.
So let's say hypothetically,
Yeah.
there is a purge day. Does everyone have to be involved, or can there be like a
Yes.
sign up like
Nope,
these people
nope,
are involved,
nope,
these
that's
people are
the
not?
rules. Everybody's in.
So now, do you watch Rick and Morty? Is the follow-up?
I am
don't.
only up to like season 2, possibly.
Never mind.
Yeah, so
You're not up to it
I'm
yet.
not up to it yet.
I just feel like, look,
That's
you
one I
know,
watch by myself.
I wasn't expecting it. I'm
You have
mid cooking
shame.
dinner,
No, they
and
just-
he says
some
this
things
to
they
me,
don't
and
get.
I'm like, collectively, do I ask him now why he wants a purge? Is there somebody we want to purge?
in particular?
And so I was thinking to myself, I need to let everybody know that when you're all coming home from work and going, fuck, my husband is planning a purge, stay on the good side.
So who are we looking to purge?
What did you say? Who? Maybe I just want to steal.
Maybe you want some mooch.
Maybe I want to steal.
Maybe I want some new
stop
fucking
it.
Timbs or something.
You don't need to steal anything.
You know, maybe I want a new car.
Oh my God, purge time. You
Maybe
take-
I'm a huge raper. All right?
I'm so not a raper. Guys, I had so much fun. I really can't even explain. I'm so glad, Katie, that you came.
Yeah, you're a good time here.
It's all
I'm
right.
so glad that you came back, and I'm even
for having
gladder.
me.
I'm even
I
gladder.
gave the approval.
I'm glad with
Oh,
the.
well
So-
then,
I
thank
know.
you.
I
I gave the approval.
But that's not. You don't get to choose.
Well, look at my mic. Look at yours. Mine's much more in like the power position.
Your mic can be in the power position, but this has the power color.
It does. And you know what? That is the better mic because Richie sits here. Fuck.
I know it. We had a really good time, Nicole. Always, I love that you are not only my best friend, but my fucking kick-ass ride or die, and that you introduced me to this motherfucking bitch. 'Cause I love her too. She's all the tits, and Rocky, my fucking my yin to my yang,
Word is Bon
my frick
Jovi.
to my frack. We love you guys, and we're so glad you tuned in. We will see you next fucking Tuesday.
Adios.